Well, partner, I'm going to do it. We were talking. So, yeah, our wonderful host, Chris.
How long are you going to hold this?
I'm going to make it really
Yeah. We'll do this for 60 minutes. I'm good.
For everybody listening. So, our photos, our wonderful producer, Chris from Castad, does a great job recreating photos in this wonderful AI age we now live in. And Ben says, he's really uncomfortable with his photo. I was commenting on her hair. Our hair is similar. He's like, well, look at our wrists. He says, I have a watch on. I'm like, oh, yeah.
I never wear a watch.
You never wear.
I haven't worn a watch since I was
He's like, I'm so uncomfortable with something around my wrist. So as we were ramping up, I just grabbed his wrist. I'm like, well, how's that feel? And so we're just going to maybe do the show.
I'm good. I'm good with this.
We're going to have a challenge to see who can make it more uncomfortable.
It's like the,
I'll let you go.
Baseball stadiums, or, they do the national anthem. Teams are standing up there. There are players that, opposing players that'll stand there because, the umpires are trying to start the game. They'll stand there to see how long it takes for one of them to break. It'll go on minutes. And then the umpires are basically like, get out, or, you're going to be thrown out.
I like that kind of tomfoolery.
Yep.
I think the world needs more of that.
I'm all for it.
I think we need more of that.
Playful, right?
Playfulness, a little bit of fun. Yeah. Like, give me that wrist.
You know what I just noticed? Where's your Lancaster Connect shirt?
Well, I thought about that, and, didn't want to be that matchy.
We're going one Gardeners and one Lancaster Connects. Hey, that
well,
works.
that was kind of my, me, I don't like details. And so as I sat here on the screen, I was like, well, this actually kind of works.
It does.
I did bring it. It's in the office, but
I saw it. I saw
the
it.
gray one. So
yeah.
We should plan this out. We should call each other.
Like, by the way, these shirts are fantastic.
They are great.
I love them.
Callaway Op the Dry.
Is that the name?
Oh yeah, I know that. You know me in these shirts.
That's true.
I ordered a whole wardrobe.
You definitely did. They're comfy. Thin.
Yeah.
Breathable.
Should I also share the story on my boxers?
Well, if you'd like to.
It's out there. Not awkward. Awkward, not awkward. So we have a wonderful new vendor here at Gardener's Mattress & More called Caraloha. They are a resort brand. You would know what I mean by that if you know the name, because they're at a lot of resort towns or cruise ships port in and out of Bahamas, Jamaica, Key West, etc.
Bar Harbor in Maine. I saw them there last year when I went there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they make wonderful bamboo products, very comfortable t-shirts, very comfortable joggers, very comfortable boxers. And if you can tell by the AI photos, I have both in real life and in some AI photos slimmed down, and I had to get all new boxers. And so I sent a PO to our rep for Caraloha with the title in the email subject line of weirdest mattress PO ever, meaning purchase order.
Right.
Because Caraloha sells undergarments as well, and they are very comfy. And we may not have those because we just kind of thought that might be a little awkward.
I can see carrying them.
But I will tell you, all of their products are fantastic. Yeah. I don't look like that. Not there
you
yet.
Didn't get the application
Chris.
to be the new model?
Yeah, thanks, Chris. I was feeling good.
Man.
Now I'm not feeling as good. But I have all of these colors and patterns and prints. Yeah, I ordered like a ton of them. The Luce Libre one is fun. Oh, wow. I think I'm actually wearing that today.
Oh,
I think.
TMI.
I think. But no, I mean, Caraloha makes great products, great sheets, great pillows. We have robes here. We have some towels here. Their bath sheets are incredible. Not usual things you'd think Gardeners Mattress & More would offer, but it is more for a reason. We have some really cool stuff. You don't need to show us your boxers or anything, or even talk about it. But we can talk about sheets because they make some great sheets, great pillows, and great towels.
Yeah,
so
great stuff.
Yeah, it's not great. It was awkward. You want me to hold your wrist again?
Underwear's not awkward. I mean, if you get it out, then it's awkward. You should talk about it. Sorry.
Yeah, they're very nice. It was very nice. So, and Chris made me feel awful about myself. He didn't, just
he does
flash the underwear, flash Marky Mark there.
Yeah, I'm assuming he wants to get paid for this episode.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll
leave that up to the debate.
We'll see what happens the rest of the episode.
This has gone off the rails pretty
It has. What is Lancaster Connects?
What is Lancaster Connects?
Yeah, let's talk about Lancaster.
Oh, okay.
Let's get back on.
Is this your attempt at podcast hosting? Is that what
Yes.
this is? Your attempt at transition?
Yeah, I'm getting back on the
script.
Yeah.
Well, so Lancaster Connects is our show. We produce here at Gardener's Mattress and More every Monday live at 2:00. And we like to shine light on our community, bring in cool people, cool businesses, charitable organizations, all doing good to show and perpetuate what makes Lancaster so great. Great place to live, great place to work. And we've got all past episodes at lancasterconnects.com/episodes.
This is episode 207.
207.
We've got a couple of great guests. I think it's time we can bring them on. We talked about cool people in Lancaster. I don't know what happened for this one, if we got cool people or not. I'll back up.
He says you're cool.
Pete, here on the bottom of the screen, is a great friend of mine of almost 15 years, I think we determined. Yeah. Pete Licker. And up in the upper right-hand corner, Greg Mavraganis. Did I get it right, Greg?
Yeah, close enough.
So Pete and Greg are representing Lancaster Door Service, guys. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
Great to be here.
Yeah. So let's jump right in. You guys are childhood friends, right?
Yep.
And you became involved in the Lancaster Door Service world a few years ago now. Has it been 3 years yet? 3 years?
Over 2 years ago. Yeah, we're into our
Over
third
2
year.
years ago. My goodness, time flies. I feel like it was just like yesterday, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because I talked to you a lot leading up to it. Yeah.
Yep. So let's just first talk about two childhood friends coming together, purchasing the business, and then we'll talk a little bit about what Lancaster Door Service is, what you guys do, how it started, all that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll start. So, yeah, Greg and I have known each other since 7th grade. So that's all the way back in the 1900s. And we would often kind of talk about how fun it would be if we got to work together, summer jobs, things like that. And then when we were in our 20s, it got more real, and we would talk about owning a company or starting a company. I think we would probably have said back then. We hung out at the beach quite a bit together with friends, and that's where we'd usually end up talking about it and brainstorming. And and then all of a sudden 20 years goes by and we're into our careers, and we hadn't really done anything about it. And then in 2015, Greg started taking this seriously, and we had a great friend group in high school too. So it wasn't just me and Greg. There were a number of guys that we would have these conversations with. And Greg, maybe you start talking about I think it was 2015 when you really were investigating some options.
Yep. And Pete's right. I think in that idealistic teenage way, we wanted our friendships to continue forever in the same format. And we knew we were going to graduate high school and go to college and eventually have to enter the working world. And so it felt like the best way for us to continue this friend group, later in our lives. But like Pete mentioned, I moved back to Lancaster in 2015, started looking around at some businesses a little bit, and then got a lot more serious, post-pandemic. And I had connected with the business broker in Lancaster County. His kids went to Hempfield. It's a very local story. And Pete and I had a loose criteria of the kinds of businesses we thought we could run. And I basically gave it to the business broker and said, do you have anything that we could run or that would fit this criteria? And he said, not right now, but maybe later the fall, he would. And so I probably was contacting him over the summer in 2022. And then in the fall of 2022 was when Lancaster Door, he had already talked to the founders and owners, a husband and wife team, and they were getting ready to retire and looking for the next generation of ownership. And so we got a lot more serious. I think it was around the beginning of 2023. And then we assumed the ownership in the mid 2023, 6 months, about a 6-month process, really. And so then 2 years later, we're on the show.
Yeah.
You finally made it.
You've arrived.
We're going to check it off the list.
You've arrived. So what was it? So what other types of businesses, and if you can't share or don't want to share, I get that. But what other types of businesses were you interested in, and what
Yep.
made Lancaster Door so interesting to you both?
Yeah, I'll take the first crack at that, Pete. So I think we had, I would call pretty generic or normal, like corporate jobs, right? White collar office type job, managerial things. So we're not engineers. We don't know how to code. So the criteria that we sent to the business broker was, something that some people with good general business skills could run. We didn't want anything that had too much equipment or nothing overly technical. So it really was a good fit. Lancaster Door was a good fit in terms of it being a home services business. Something that we can schedule and run. We don't have a ton of equipment. We've got some inventory, but we're not light manufacturing, and we're not a chemical process, and we're not coding software. So, it just started to get more and more narrow, and a home service business, garage doors, gutters, landscaping, all those kinds of businesses were going to be in our wheelhouse. And then more or less luck of the draw, it just happened that the Kevin and Lisa Weems, the previous owners, were the ones who were ready to exit. And we just kept looking at the deal more and more, and it made sense over time. And Pete and I, finally said, let's do it.
Yep.
Yeah, I would add like B to C was also something that was important to us. Wanted to really be in the community and working with people in Lancaster. I had like a big corporate life myself, and that was all B2B, and wasn't as fulfilling. So that was another thing we were looking for.
That's awesome. So let's dig in a little bit about Lancaster Door Service, a little bit about the history. I know it's been a fixture in Lancaster for quite a long time. Maybe you could talk. You mentioned the previous owners' names. Maybe talk about their history in Lancaster, how the company was built, and what you guys took over.
Yeah, sure. I mentioned, or maybe it was Greg, Kevin and Lisa Weems. They were the founders of Lancaster Door Service back in 1996. They're still great supporters of ours and advocates. I've got a great relationship with both of them, and can call them anytime for advice. So we're really thankful that we found owners such as Kevin and Lisa to buy the company from. So, Kevin, when he was in high school, he started hanging garage doors for one of the large companies in Lancaster at the time. And after several years, decided he could, go out on his own. So that was kind of the classic technician turned business owner. And he just kind of grew it 1 year, 2 years at a time, adding technicians and changing properties and just kind of slow and steady growth. And then when Greg and I came along, his wife and him were looking into retirement. And one thing that I remember was very important to them was finding people with ties to Lancaster and based in Lancaster as, the next owners. He didn't want it to be a private equity group or someone from out of town. And so we had some really, really great conversations when we first met, because that's what he wanted for the next phase of his company. So, we're just the second generation of owners, and so far so good. Great tradition that they left us with.
That's, it's interesting when you're talking about that. You were interested in purchasing the business, but they were kind of like picking between you and maybe other people. Like they wanted somebody local. I mean, I'm sure they had other maybe offers or people interested in purchasing the business. Why do you think they went with you guys?
They made it a horse race.
I mean, the thing I mentioned already that was kind of the big theme. They just, I think they liked that, we were about 20 years younger than them. So just our energy that we were bringing to the table, our big business experience. And they thought, like Kevin really thought we could take the business to the next level. And that was important to him. And then just the tie to Lancaster, we inherited a great team of employees, and he wanted them to be taken care of and didn't want, anything too abrupt to happen with them either. So, and when we met the first time, there was just a good chemistry and we kind of hit it off too. Greg, I don't know if you have anything to add.
I think I would say that, I mean, we were basically looking for what Kevin and Lisa were offering. So it felt like a good fit, right? I think one of the reasons why Pete and I thought we could do well with a business in Lancaster is because we're from here and we have a good network and we care about the community and the town. And, just us projecting that through the process, it was met with a similar sentiment on their side that, they wanted someone who was from here and all these things that Pete mentioned. And so it made for a pretty easy fit, really.
That makes total sense.
You are right, Ben, or Jeff, maybe, that there were other parties that are interested and they had to pick, someone that they wanted. And I think one of the interesting things at that point is it's an emotional decision for them in some ways. It's not just a purely financial decision or a purely business decision, because Pete mentioned they've got a great team. They care about the team. They want the team to be in good hands after they leave. So all of a sudden, the decision becomes multifaceted pretty quick.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought up the team, both of you guys. I know a number of people on the team because they've been at my house. We had a garage door repair here that they've helped with. Your team is fantastic. And I know there's always turnover in a team, but some of your guys have been with you a long, long time. I know one of the guys, Kelly, has been to my house a few times.
Yeah.
Probably had a good review on the screen.
Okay. Yeah, he's phenomenal. Maybe you could shout him out a little bit and your team in general, like, because I'm guessing a lot of what you're buying. I mean, obviously, Lancaster Door Service, you do doors, windows, all that stuff. But you're like, what you guys bought was the systems and the people and the name within the community, right? So maybe you can talk a little bit about your folks there.
I'd love to. I mean, I could talk about Kelly for hours. He's a great guy, and he's a true garage door guy. He lives and breathes garage doors. He loves it, and he's really good at what he does. He's been doing it for close to 30 years, and he's been at Lancaster Door Service for 14. So he's great, and he's just a joy to work with. And then he's taught me a lot about garage doors too in the last 2 years, because he's got such technical knowledge, and other members of the team too. He's our longest tenured employee, but a couple other people have been there for 8 or 9 years, and then there's another group that's been there for about 3 or 4. So we're really fortunate to have that kind of expertise at Lancaster Door Service, and that's been great to get to know them and see how much they love the company, and then just kind of work together to keep that going for them and the community. Yeah. And it was funny. Shortly after we took over the company, in maybe 9 months, I feel like we were at Ben's house 3 times. So I don't know what was going on with his garage door, but we appreciate your business, Ben.
Yeah. I had everything from the simple, like, beam not working right. Yeah. And the brackets were broken. I had a garage spring, or the door spring soon after that. Yep. And then I did buy an opener because the opener was loud, and you talked me through the new openers and all that. So, yeah. That was like your best customer for your first year.
Yeah, it was really fun. 4-time customer Ben McClure's on the phone. Quick, you gotta react.
I still never got my award, but I guess
it's in production. I promise.
Okay,
it's in production. So on the garage spring breaking, I had that happen. Unfortunately, we had to get to one of my wife's many doctor's appointments in the first half of this year, and I saw the FAQs that we popped up. So in those emergencies, I guess getting to the home or the place of business, that's something you can handle pretty quick, I would imagine, and get out there relatively soon for people.
Yeah. When we get a phone call, and you can usually tell over the phone that it's a broken spring because the door is not going up. And in those situations, you want to be careful. If you're trying to force it up by hitting the opener button, on the wall and trying to get it to go up and it's struggling, you're just going to damage your opener, right? The motor hanging from the ceiling. So those can be dangerous situations and stressful because now you can't get your car out and you can't go places. So we try and get out as quickly as we can. And it's always a good feeling when we get out there and help someone through that, it feels like an emergency. So we like to get out there and do it as best as we can. And, so it is funny how stressful that can be.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously, Chris has it up there on the screen. garage door, all things related to garage door replacements, parts, pieces like lift motors, all the service related to garage door issues. What else do you do at Lancaster Door Service?
Yeah. I'll start here and then Greg can add some stuff. I forgot to mention that during the background of our company in 2009, the founders purchased Lancaster Building Supply, and earlier there was some graphics shown on the screen that showed that. And so that's when we added windows and doors to our products. So we've talked a lot about garage doors so far, and I have a section of one behind me here too. But so we repair and replace garage doors, but we also install vinyl windows and any kind of entry door you can think of. Front doors, back doors, storm doors, French doors, patio doors, Bilko style basement doors, any kind of exterior door. And we do some commercial work as well with gigantic garage doors, if you will, and hollow metal doors that you would see in any kind of like factory setting, just the metal doors with the panic bars on them. So yeah, we do all of that stuff.
Cool. And so you have a showroom
Yep.
where people can come and view your products, but you also have a sales team that can come out and talk through home projects, right?
Yeah, Greg, do you want to?
Sure. Yep. So as you mentioned in the garage door service example, most of that business is coming in through the phone, right? If your garage door won't go up and you have to get to work, you're probably going to give someone a call. And so we'll take business through the phone. People also contact us through our website as well. So there's a online inquiry form that you can submit. But regardless, we will get in touch with you and try to understand whether it's service or repair or a new installation. And then that will put you down two different tracks. So if it's just a service repair, we'll try to get someone out there very quickly if it's an emergency or you can't get to work, things like that. And then if you want a new garage door or a new opener or new windows, new entry door, things like that, that's when our sales guy will go to your house, understand what your vision is, what your needs are, take a look at what you have right now, see what kinds of products that we offer would be a good fit, definitely give you some options based on your style or design. And then, you can think about that. You can pick one, let us know. We'll come out and measure to make sure everything will fit correctly. And then we'll order all that. And then we'll send out the installation team and they can come and do the install. So it's a pretty seamless process, really. Sometimes things will take a little bit longer depending on the products and how much lead time from our suppliers. But our sales guy he'll be out there that same week that you call us for sure. So he gets excited to go out there and talk to folks in the community, and he's got a great experience on both the garage door side as well as the window and door side. And so he has, all that knowledge about the products and can get you suited up the right way.
Yeah, he's been selling windows and doors for over 30 years, so he knows his stuff. And he's just driving around Lancaster County all day.
That's awesome. This would be a good time to mention your physical location. Some people are watching this, but it's an audio podcast as well. What is your physical address? Where's the showroom located?
Yeah, 1851 Lincoln Highway East. So we're on the Walmart side of Lincoln Highway, not in the outlet craziness, right near Greenfield Road and right across from the Lafayette Fire Company, who's filled with a bunch of really great people there. And our showroom is right there. It's almost we're almost tucked behind like some houses, like in a residential area. But we've got a nice sign out front, really easy to find. And yeah, just come down there, and we'd love to have you in and show you some of the products that we have in our showroom. We just have a sampling of stuff because these days, we're not stocking much. We want to know exactly what you want. There's millions of combinations of colors and sizes and designs and glass types and all of that kind of stuff. But we have in our showroom what we hope helps customer understand the products more and make a decision.
That's cool.
I've got a burning question. What's the alligator's name?
Oh,
Is it an
funny.
alligator?
It is an alligator. It is an
Okay.
alligator. Greg and I weren't
You know-
sure
you know,
actually
yeah.
when we first met with the
I'm sorry.
founders.
Do you think that I would make such a critical mistake and
I don't-
call it a crocodile?
I just didn't know.
What is
it
this
looked
amateur?
like
Is this
It
amateur
looked like
hour
a
over
dragon
here?
to me. I don't know.
Dragon. Get off the show. Let me handle you.
Dragon, dinosaur. We've got
Yeah,
a
we've
few
heard
others.
dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm not too far off.
We've heard he might be related to Duke, the dragon at Dutch Wonderland. We're not
Wonderland,
sure. That's a rumor we have yet to investigate. We do not have a name. And our
Oh my gosh.
team has talked about coming up with a name, and then we always get distracted. So if anyone
We need to
watching
have,
the
like, a naming
show wants to
contest.
call or email us or leave a comment with some names, we would have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
We could do a Lancaster Connects naming contest for the Lancaster Door
I mean,
Service.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like to me, the business guy in me is like, that's a naming contest with customers. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
we've talked about it.
every job enters to win, and you get like a free window if your name is chosen. I don't know. Something like that.
That would be cool. What's the history of the alligator? Why an alligator? Is there?
Yeah, it's so I think it was late 90s, and the founders of the company just met with like a marketing company, and they decided they wanted a mascot. Lisa, the wife and the husband-wife duo, she loves the color purple. We have a lot of purple. I mean, our logo is like a purple triangle and all of that. So there's purple everywhere on our property and in our history. And so they just, it was the 90s. So it was like the guy pulled out a binder and he was like, well, here's some cartoon characters that I've been doodling.
That's awesome.
And they just thought the gator was cool, and they asked to make it purple, and the rest is history. So, yeah.
Pete, I think you should tell the story about, was it your cousin who works with reptiles?
Yeah. Yeah, my cousin is Jesse Rothacker, who many people approach me and ask if I'm related to him. He's my cousin. He runs a Forgotten Friend reptile refuge, and so he does all.
I know your cousin.
Yeah, yeah. He does all these great shows at libraries and Oregon Dairy and schools and everything. And he had one of our technicians out to work in his garage door. We have a post on LinkedIn about it somewhere. It would have been 2023, and so one of our technicians took a picture with a real alligator in front of our unnamed gator friend. So yeah, that was a fun day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, your cousin's really into snakes, and I'm not so much into snakes.
Yeah.
So Pete, please hook us up with your cousin, because we'd love to have him on the show.
You should add him on the show.
Yeah. I mean, it would be far more interesting than this one, but
He's a very entertaining guy. I don't disagree.
I mean, he could be one of our first in-person guests.
Well, that could be true. I won't be in studio.
You'll be in a different room.
I'll be
I think we're going to make this happen.
30 miles away. Huh?
This would make for a
You might have to
fun,
rename the
mystery.
show Rothacker Connects, though, if you're just going after my whole, family tree.
Yeah, right. No, the whole, yeah. I know. That's awesome. Yeah, we're going to have a mystery guest at some point, and I'll know. You won't know. We'll just happen one day.
If you think that's happening, it's in our binder of partnership. If you throw snakes in, I'm out.
The reptile clause.
Yeah. My goodness.
Yeah, where are we in your question?
We've completely derailed. Completely derailed. There's obviously, just like our industry, mattress stores. There's like a mattress store on every corner, right? There's other window and door service companies out there. What separates Lancaster Door Service from everybody else?
I think you're right. It's competitive, just the way mattresses are. And I think with so much information out there, word of mouth is still very powerful, or maybe even more powerful than it's ever been. And so we really try to win every customer every time they talk. We talk to them on the phone, go to their house, do a job. I think we had the reviews up earlier, but I think our Google rating is strong, and that's a reflection of that. But really, it's probably two things at its core. It's really high quality work, because that's what people are hiring us to do, is the work. And then also it's excellent customer service, which is almost how we do the work, how the experience is. So if we were a restaurant, we want to have good food, but we also want to have good service. And that's basically what we're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, that's a great analogy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we have great vendors too, manufacturers that we use. So our garage door manufacturers are high quality ones. Horman out of Tennessee, Sparta, Tennessee, and Garaga out of Canada. I mean, they make great garage doors. Provia is our window and door manufacturer out of Ohio, a huge growing company, mainly on the East Coast. I have 4 different factories in Ohio that I've been to, and they believe in customer service, great quality products and customer service. So anytime we have some kind of problem with an entry door or window, they're great about replacing the parts and helping us deliver a great product to our customers. We try and price very fairly. A lot of window and door companies out there will do a lot of, buy 2 windows, get 1 free and things like that. We do some little things like that in Clipper Magazine, but it's not our identity and not how we make our sales. We're a small company, and just the fact that Ben remembered the name of his garage door technician tells me everything that I need to know. Right? We have friendly, knowledgeable, trustworthy technicians out in the field, and we hear that a lot.
So for the window and door side, there are probably like some energy credits you can get when you replace old windows with new, more modern windows. Is that right?
Yeah, there are usually around like hundreds of dollars you can get back. So it's good to talk to when you're looking at a product if that's important to you. Talk to your salesperson about that, and they can help accommodate you in that area. And Provia is fantastic about incorporating that into their designs.
I have a question. So garage doors, windows, front doors, there's things that can go wrong with
Alligators, not crocodiles.
Alligators, not crocodiles. What are some things a homeowner can look out for about their garage door, about their doors, about their windows that would indicate they might need them to be replaced or might need service? I mean, we talked about the obvious, like a garage door not going up. That's like, the emergency's already happened. But like, what are some of the preventative things that homeowners can do, related to each of those types of products?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing we hear in that regard is with garage doors. If you are hearing strange noises, don't wait too long. Don't wait until it's an emergency. It is, I do have to admit, it's impossible to predict if a spring is going to break. So you can't look at that. It's, I've got, 5 days left. I better call quick. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. But if it's making other noises, if it's creaking, clunking, whatever noise whatever word you want to use there, have us come out. We believe in preventive maintenance. So every year or two, just have us come out and take a look at your door. We'll oil everything. We'll take a look. We'll look at cables that do show signs of wear and tear. If those are frayed, we can avoid an emergency situation with just an hour at your home fixing up a garage door. And we always joke at, people kind of take for granted their garage door. I guarantee you both use your garage door more than your front door. And don't forget, it hangs above your probably second most expensive investment in your home, your car. So, take care of your garage door. We certainly believe in that. And I'll mention too, openers now have cameras on them. So there's a home security element to your garage door now. You can access that from an app on your phone, LiftMaster's MyQ app. And with that app, it does keep track of the cycles that your door runs. So an open and close cycle. And that can help you predict somewhat when the springs might break. So if you really are a control freak and want to avoid all emergencies, you can keep an eye on that and proactively replace your springs. So there are definitely some technology enhancements that have been a lot of fun to learn about.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
The house that I'm in, we've had the garage door springs break 3 times in 17 years.
That's about right. How many kids do you have, Jeff?
2.
Okay. Yeah. That family of 4 about like every 5 years, probably. School, work. I mean, you're opening your door 4 to 8 times a day. So in a typical,
Oh, and they're all. I'm not afraid to say it publicly. They're all terrible. We'll be like unloading a car, and there'll be things out in the driveway. We have to get the mail. And we close the garage door. It's like we need it open.
Open, close. Yeah.
We need it open. It's okay. Nobody's going to come.
oh, so you're a cycle saver.
Roving red crocodiles aren't going to come get us. It'll be all right. But they close it, and then we open it, and then we close it, and then we open it.
Yeah. You don't think of the wear and tear that has.
And I grew up like in farm country, and there were tons of overhead doors and garage doors. And the house we lived in, that Steph and I lived in when we first got married, that garage was like 100 years old. Those springs never broke.
Yeah.
This house, 3 times. 3 times we've replaced garage doors.
And if you have 2 springs too, yeah, they're gonna
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, weather can be a factor. A lot of things can be a factor. It can be a little bit like the way that your car needs an oil change every 3,000 or 5,000 miles. It's basically a guideline. Depends where your car is stored, right? Where you live in the country, what kind of driver are you? A hard drive, if you drive your car really hard. So I think those kinds of factors in a similar but different way also affect how long your springs are going to last on your garage door. But also, there's weather seal on the exterior of the garage door around the perimeter too. You want to check on that, make sure that the draft isn't coming into your garage from the garage door sometime in the winter, especially if you have an insulated garage door. That's another thing to think about. If you don't want your garage to be as cold, you could add insulation or just get a new garage door that has insulation on it if you don't have one that does.
And Jeff, I feel like you could take advantage of the app on the phone, because I know like sometimes I'll be laying in bed and I'll wait, is our garage door closed? Because my kids leave the garage door open too. And I can actually check it on my phone to see if it's open or closed. And if it's open, I can just hit the button on the phone and close it, which is kind of fun.
Yeah. The boys don't park in the garage. That's for mom and for my slingshot. But I do with, other internet connected devices around the house. I do watch things like that. Like, did we close the gate? Because we have dogs. But I like catching them coming in the front door, especially with the one with his girlfriend. I make fun of him. If they're smooching at the front door, I might give some commentary. But I like the garage. Can you talk back and forth on the garage door
you can. I spooked my son when we first put it in. Yeah.
See, I would be all over that.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
So guys, oh, go ahead.
Sorry, you were asking about windows too. So signs of wear and tear. If there's a ton of condensation between the panes, not just on the inside, because that happens a lot and there's really not much we can do about it on the inside. But, there's probably a broken seal there. Or if some of your plastic parts for an older window along the, your sash locks and things like that, if they're starting to chip and break, that's a sign that you need new windows. And about every 20 years, vinyl windows, they've been put through a war, getting a ton of sunlight and everything. And you can save energy costs and also decrease sound levels that you hear outside by getting a new, modern window. So those are things you can look for in windows.
Yeah. I mean, I had that exact scenario, Pete, with the big square window that's above my door.
Yeah.
Had condensation in between the panes. You came out and took a look at it. You're like, yep, needs to be replaced. The house is 25 years old. Right. So you guys came out a couple years ago, replaced that window. It's a nice.
Oh, that's not true.
No, it's not. It's not. I think Pete is properly using the photo of my house, but
that would be some serious first-rate podcasting production.
If Chris
managed drop in your house at that moment.
He probably knows.
And
up here.
By the way, we're quick to say if all you really need is just some glass to be replaced, we'll let you know that too, because sometimes that's an option, especially if it's a newer window.
And I will say this, because I have Provia windows in my house, and the clasp is super cool, super clean, not bulky, easy to tilt out, easy to wash, easy to close, easy to go up. Like it's very cool. I began my professional career selling windows and doors.
Oh, I didn't know that. Ben is.
So I know a little bit about this topic.
Very cool. Okay.
Maybe we should sell windows and doors.
It wasn't fun. I didn't enjoy it.
Oh.
It was a good first step, but here we are.
That's
See,
cool.
if I didn't, we wouldn't be here, partner. And now,
That's true. That's true. Guys, man, we're like already 40 minutes into the show. We got to kind of start wrapping it up here. What's next for Lancaster Door Service, like this year and beyond?
You want me to take it first?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the windows and doors and garage doors, the industries have come a long way, right? We were talking about cameras on the openers, talking about all these different kinds of styles now. The garage doors are keeping up with the different changes in tastes and styles and preferences from both the customers as well as home builders. So there's a lot more to consider basically when we're thinking about our product line. So we want to expand some of those, which would be great. We're always trying to take care of our customers and take care of our team as number one. So we don't want our eyes to get, bigger than our stomachs in that regard. But, we would like to expand and keep growing through Lancaster County, all the different spots in Lancaster County. I think we have some of our hotbeds, but we would like to spread throughout the county a little bit further. And then also make sure we're taking good care of our commercial clients too along the way.
Yeah, we're looking to hire right now too. So if anyone out there has some garage door experience or carpentry skills on the window and door side, some construction skills, we're looking for another window and door installer and a garage door technician. So wanted to mention that.
That's awesome. Greg, you just mentioned your commercial clients. We didn't talk much about that.
Yeah.
I think we've kind of focused a lot of what we've been talking about on residential, but what kind of work do you do for commercial operations?
So we do a lot of service and repair. So, those doors are bigger, more complicated, more expensive. So we want to keep those things running longer and cleaner, or as long and clean as possible. But occasionally, because it's a warehouse or some commercial enterprise, they're also getting a ton of use, right? And getting beat up a little bit more too. So we do replacements and installs for our commercial clients too. And, a lot of those, it'll take some kind of lift, right? This is not a one-man job that, come to your house and in 2 hours you have a new garage door. These are more serious, more complicated, jobs.
Yeah. In general, everything is bigger in the commercial world. And there's like rolling steel doors that are like metal paper towel rolls that go up and down. It's not just your typical sectional garage doors. So we actually had a couple of our technicians worked on Saturday at one of our commercial customers just doing preventive maintenance. So we talked about that residentially. It's even more important on the commercial side, because if those doors can't go up, maybe that customer can't get their product out. That's really,
or maybe they're not secure.
Yeah,
right?
not secure.
Right.
Security is an issue. I would imagine you have some refrigerated frozen
Yep.
goods.
Yeah,
that,
we had some funny
really
stories.
important the door stays closed.
Yep.
Yeah. There's that grumpy old man on the front yard. Got to keep my vegetables frozen, right? And Lancaster Door Service comes in and makes sure you keep the vegetables frozen or whatever else needs to be frozen.
Love it. Hey, we're going to bring it full circle. We started talking to you guys about your partnership. You guys are 2+ years into the partnership here at Lancaster Door Service. Just maybe some advice for somebody else that might be looking to partner with a friend or somebody they've known for a long time, either purchasing a business or starting a business. You guys have, I'm sure learned a ton about this whole process. Actually, probably went through something very similar to what Jeff and I went through. My goodness, 15 years ago when we bought this business. But what advice can you share for other people looking to do maybe something similar?
Yeah, I think we're similar to you guys where we're Greg and I usually describe it as we're somewhat of a yin and a yang, and it works out really well. There's only two of us, right? We don't have a third or fourth partner. And so it's pretty cool. And I don't know that we really knew that headed into this. Certainly not when we were kids fantasizing about working together and owning a business. But, I'm more of a hands-on, operational, detailed, meticulous guy. And Greg is a visionary, more creative, a lot better with numbers than I am. And it's great how we kind of complement each other. And again, our weaknesses and strengths kind of mesh really well. And I think make us better as a combined unit. So don't necessarily go into business with someone that's just like you, I guess would be my advice based on the experience I've had.
Yeah, nice.
I'll say a couple things. One, I think for anyone who is considering going into business with a friend, even if you think you know them super, super well, you will get to know them in a new way, right? This is considered a new role for Pete and myself. So we're seeing different sides of each other. So we're getting to know each other, in new ways, different sides of each other. And then the other thing I'll say is one of our other friends who was helping us through the formation of our partnership was saying, you should think about it as a marriage. And so it's a work marriage, and in order for the partnership to continue to thrive and all of that, we've got to put the partnership above maybe some of our individual feelings from time to time, right? For the good of the business, for the good of our partnership, for the good of our team and our customers and all that. And so thankfully it hasn't been that difficult to do so far. But I do often think about Tim Miller, our friend who's an accountant in Lancaster County. He said, you got to think about this like a marriage, and that, that creates a lot of weight if you actually think about it in that way.
And next thing you know, you're doing you're holding each other's wrists awkwardly on a podcast. You know what I mean?
Wasn't awkward for me.
Just a few short years away, guys.
Yeah.
You'll be right here.
Jeez. I was hoping we were going to be able to work in that awkward moment.
I was trying. Yeah, I've been waiting to pounce.
We can do this for 24 hours. I'm totally cool with it.
Sit here and lock eyes right now.
I wanted to know, guys, when you were whatever age thinking about a business partnership, like, what was the ideal thing that you were going to start or own? Or like, was there, like, when you were a kid, were you like, oh my gosh, we're going to do this?
Wow. I mean, that was a long time ago, Ben.
Yeah.
I just
I'm not sure we had it. We probably knew, we knew so little about the actual business world at that time. We probably didn't even, it was probably like a professional sports team or something like so crazy. Right?
It feels like
knowing you're going to own the Eagles someday.
Yeah.
Something
we're
related
going to run the
sports.
Phillies. Like, it'll be great.
I remember I had an idea for like a beach toy that I thought was going to take the East Coast on fire and maybe mass produce
Sandpiper?
Is
it the Sandpiper?
Yeah.
No, the Sandpiper.
The Sandpiper racetrack. Yeah. Trademark.
When you talk, Pete, I listen.
Yeah. So
Jeff just asked me what the Sandpiper is.
So my father-in-law is Joe Rank of Ranks Heating, Plumbing, and AC. And we were at the beach once with my kids when they were around age 4. And we went to the hardware store and got all these PVC pipes, and we connected them at the beach and made like just a simple, basically train track system for, Thomas the Train toys or Matchbox cars. And then we use Super Balls, and you just set it up because I just got tired of digging a tunnel every day when we got to the beach, for the Thomas the Train. So that kind of, I think we got that up to maybe 12 or 15 feet one time, and a whole bunch of kids nearby were coming over and playing with that toy. And so that was something that I thought about for a while.
Now that idea is just out there in the world now.
I know.
The millions of viewers that are going to see this
I am a little nervous about that. Now I'm going to have to act quickly.
Quick go trademark it. Sandpiper.
Guys, this has been great. Have we missed anything? Is there anything else about Lancaster Door Service you'd like to share?
We covered a lot.
We did.
Yeah.
We just got to name that gator.
Yeah, we got to name the gator.
Do. Like, that's got to be something that gets done.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of, there's a myth that we can't install windows and doors in the winter, and that's not true. Our guys are incredible. Okay. And like when you remove that garage door or the window or what have you, that opening's only open for 20 or 30 minutes. The guys they don't want to be out in the elements any more than anyone else, right? So they'll all install those pretty quickly and can still do a great job in the winter. So sometimes things slow down for us, and they don't need to. So
that's a great point. Well, guys, this has been great. Learning about Lancaster Door Service, learning about you guys. I mean, I know you guys, but everybody listening and watching. I did it. I just made up a new word. That happens all the time in this show.
Not a new word. It's our word.
You correct.
We share it. How dare you?
I made up a new word that they haven't heard.
Such
The word they haven't.
such an offensive thing to our marriage partnership.
I'm sorry. Guys, you have a
Take
little bit more time for
Take
Connection
Mitch.
Cocktail?
Let's do it.
I'm not holding your wrist.
You can have the first
No,
question.
no, you can have it all now.
All right, guys.
It's apparently your show.
Favorite book, podcast, TV show you're enjoying right now? It could be any one of them.
Greg's more of a
Pete,
reader
go.
than me, so he might go book. I'm a big Marvel comics and Star Wars nerd. So I'm a loyal listener to the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast. It's people that
Nerd
there's
alert.
some guys out there that do a really great job. Yeah, I know there's a lot of them to choose from, but the MCU podcast is really good. And it's just a good cast of characters talking about typically the movies. And that's just the way I relax and listen to that.
Now, do your boys listen to that with you?
No, they make fun of me for listening to that. So, yeah, and
Good for
I need
them.
to like officially put that onto the universe here too, so they don't get made fun of. But
I'll
Greg,
say,
same question.
did you say movie? I'll go with the latest Mission Impossible installment, right? I've got to respect Tom Cruise, what he's been able to do with that franchise over, I don't know, 25 or 30 years or something like that.
All
and
stunts.
just all his stunts and the storyline, and just he's able to bring it at such a high level time after time. So that was a good watch for me lately.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, it's cooler than Marvel. So that's good.
I've been to Survivor too. I've applied to Survivor 3 times, but I haven't gotten on. No. Is that cool? I don't know if that's cool anymore either. But
No, I don't even know. I didn't.
I think it's past
it
its
was still
prime. I think so.
Yeah, Survivor. I didn't even know that was on.
I didn't either.
season 49 is coming up. Year 25. Get with it.
My goodness. I mean, that's got to be one of the longest game shows, like of its kind, at least.
Doesn't Survivor kind of hold the crown for being like, other than Real World,
Other than Real
being
World,
like the first
Yeah,
reality TV
2000.
show?
Yeah, they do two seasons
Definitely.
a year since 2000. Yeah, that was
That's crazy.
pioneer.
Yeah. All right. So, dream vacation spots, and it can't be in the Marvel universe.
So Asgard is out. Boy, that's tough.
or the Star Wars universe, Pete,
What's that? Yeah.
or the Star Wars
Or
universe.
Star Wars, yeah.
I don't want to go to
Seven.
Tatooine, so we're fine.
Yeah, don't give me Tatooine.
No, I'm talking, so I'll just go. I need to get to Alaska. I've been to every state except Alaska. I've done a bunch of cross country road trips as a kid, and my wife and I lived in San Diego for 4 years. So we drove out. We moved out there and moved back. So I've been able to do a bunch of traveling in the U.S., but I haven't gotten to Alaska yet. So
All right, Pete went inside the U.S. I'll go outside. I'll go to watch the Formula One race in Singapore.
Ooh.
That would
Oh,
be
nice.
awesome.
Just don't chew bubblegum and jaywalk at the same time.
Oh
in
yeah,
Singapore.
no, I'm
You'll,
coming
like,
back.
Get a life sentence. Yep.
Favorite local spot in Lancaster could be restaurant, coffee shop, hiking spot, anything in Lancaster.
I got a couple outdoorsy ones, like going down to Tuckwon Glen, or near the Safe Harbor Dam. They've got that nice bike trail.
Yep.
Those are both.
Yep.
And then anything really hiking along the Conestoga Trail, especially right there near Peckway. Those are all good spots.
Cool. Can't beat outdoors.
yeah.
Go ahead, Pete.
Ben, I know you know this place near my house in Manheim Township is Uncommon Pizza. It's my favorite pizza in Lancaster County. And it's close for us. So our family can walk to it or bike to it. So a lot of fun, good food. And one of the original owners was a Hempfield guy. So that was always a fun connection. And they've under new ownership actually recently.
I saw that.
Yeah. So good for them.
That's
Maybe
cool.
you'll have them on here someday. And just kind of like a unique hidden gem, Hoop House. It's this really cool facility in southern Lancaster City. My kids do a lot of basketball training there. They've exceptional basketball trainers, and they teach them all kind of moves and work on their game and do weightlifting and add inches to their vertical, leap. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah,
There you
House,
go.
Lancaster. And we did not talk about
Chris.
this before the show, so good reaction.
Chris is on
That was
it.
impressive.
Chris at Cast Ahead Productions.
Yeah,
Yep.
they do just a
Yep.
great job. So if your kid loves basketball, any age through high school, So young kids through high school, they've got programs for, and I've just been so impressed with. I know two of the guys that run that,
Perseus?
and their trainers are great. I've coached that kid right there.
Is that Perseus?
Yeah,
started that.
Perseus Groves,
Yep.
and then Johnny too is one of the owners. Yeah, they just do a great job.
That's awesome.
So-
Awesome. See, I thought you were going to say HBA was your favorite thing in Lancaster, but the Highland Basketball Association, it's a thing. We've got jerseys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is this where somebody tore their Achilles?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was not great.
Be praying for him.
On
Yeah.
Friday. You don't want to see that.
I mean-
He immediately knew it. He heard it, hobbled off the court.
Yeah, all of our worst nightmare. But you know what happens to like big NBA stars too. So you just never know with the Achilles tendon. So
They just have like a little bit more money than we do.
Yeah, a little
like
bit,
contracts and
yeah. But yeah, Ben and I love playing
Oh, well.
basketball together at Highland Presbyterian Church.
We do.
So
we do. Friday mornings, 6 a.m.
it's the best.
Yep. Guys, this has been awesome. Thanks so much for being on the show. Pete Rothacker, Greg Mavraganis, representing Lancaster Door Service. Guys, this has been great.
And the purple alligator from Lancaster Door Service. I'm hell-bent to get that thing named by the end of this year.
It's got to happen, guys.
We'll put it in
I
our
want-
strategic plan.
We want, well, whenever it happens, promise me this, the naming ceremony is going to happen on Lancaster Connects.
Oh,
You can invite the alligator back just to be on the show.
We could do that.
Done.
We can do that.
Is there a
You've inspired me.
plushie? An alligator plushie?
There will be by the time we get invited back on the show.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You got the juices flowing
Like-
now. So
Yeah, there's so many opportunities with that. All right, guys.
Thank you very
This has been
much.
great. Have a great rest of the afternoon.
Thanks, John.
thanks for all you guys do
Yeah.
for Lancaster. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right.
Nothing like putting somebody on the spot to name their gator. That's those words we never thought we'd say on the show.
I'm guessing Pete's cousin Jesse probably has some gator friendly names.
Jesse is quite the individual.
I think he should be on the show.
Well, he can be on the show.
Just not in person.
Well, I mean,
Do we have an opportunity to remember Jack Hanna from the when he used to come on the Tonight Show? Is that the guy's name I'm thinking of? Like he used to
Think
bring
so.
like the furry animals onto the Tonight Show, and
yeah, but the furry animals I have no issue with.
well, I'm sure they
The slithery ones with
well.
venom that I do.
Not all snakes have venom.
They're all slithery. I don't like them.
This is true.
I don't like
This is
snakes.
true. I would be in favor of. Maybe we should let Lancaster vote. We should let Lancaster vote. This has got to happen. All right, we got to.
We have a show to wrap up, and you're stressing me out.
Look. Dorothy the alligator.
Oh, look at that.
Dorothy, oh my gosh, Chris, I don't think you're allowed to win.
That's really good, though.
It is very good.
That's really good. Do one for mattresses.
Matt, Riss.
Matty Mattress.
All right, we got to wrap it up.
Yeah. So anyway, I've been struggling with this lately, sleep routine. And if we write about it in the Sleep Better book, okay, we'll get you this book. Go to gardenersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better. We write about keeping a routine and about the effects of jet lag. I was back and forth to Las Vegas twice in 10 days. And boy, was I all over the place, just waking up at 1 a.m. thinking it was, 10, waking up at 4 a.m. thinking it was 7, just terribleness. And I'm still suffering. So really, when you can, stick with a sleep routine. And that includes on weekends, getting up at the same time, going to bed at the same time. Your body, the natural rhythms within your body will thank you. You will automatically feel better when you can get on whatever routine it is, but get on it and stay on it. And just that kind of little helpful tip with a bunch of other little ones will have you sleeping better, and we'll send you the book chock full of them. When you go to gardenersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better, we'll mail you a fresh copy right to your mailbox.
Yeah,
For free.
sleep routine is such a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Got testimonial time here for Gardener's Mattress and More. Handwritten testimonial came in within the last couple weeks here from James and Cynthia. They write that our process to assess their sleep needs and make recommendations so much better than a sales pitch for an expensive mattress. sales pitch from most, chain stores is just like, hey, it's on sale. It's this brand. So much more than a typical sales pitch. Chad listened to our needs and wants and left us make the final decision. Overall, they had a great experience and felt like our, underlined a couple times, needs were listened to and guided to a good mattress. Entire team communicated well. So that means after purchase, communicating delivery, communicating on the way to the delivery, communicating after delivery to make sure that our customers are happy. So thank you, James and Cynthia, for your handwritten review of your experience here at Gardner's.
Thank you. Yep. And Labor Day is in full effect. Labor Day sales have begun. Labor Day is early. You might think, what in the heck are these mattress guys talking about? Well, it's like 20 days away.
Yeah.
Sorry. August 31st is 20 days away, which means Labor Day is like 21 days.
Mm-hmm.
And so now's the time. And we've got some great promotions from our vendors, namely Tempur-Pedic, up to $700 savings because of our affiliation with a nonprofit buying group. There's a rebate that's in play throughout this upcoming weeks. There's a free gift, $300 free gift with that. Savings on all of the direct-to-consumer brands that we partner with. We have our in-house free adjustable bed base upgrade. Just a lot of great savings that we at times can combine, at times have to stand alone. But come in here and work with our team. They will help you navigate your best path to savings. We'll be upfront with that and give you all discounts that qualify. We'll make sure you get. And that happens every day. But throughout Labor Day, we can stack some of them up and you can save even more. So Labor Day events happening now. GardnersMattressandMore.com/sales is the place to go.
And that sales page is looking hot.
This guy.
Well done.
Although I found out emojis don't translate to our
That's true.
back-end website.
Yeah.
At least I don't think they do.
Maybe we need to upgrade back there. We need to
Maybe we do.
upgrade the software.
Yeah, it's 2025 website. Give the people their emojis.
Yeah. I mean, what kind of emojis were you putting in there?
Fire.
Just
Fire emojis because their sales are hot. For Labor Day.
Makes sense. It makes sense.
It's still summer. August hot.
Come on, website.
That's where I was going.
Yeah.
The old man. Right? Yeah.
I think that's it for the show.
I think we should stop. All right. We'll see you next week, Lancaster, on Lancaster Connects.